name's Daniel. Been coming here for a month and a half now. My mob's from the Yorta Yorta or Wemba Wemba area, northwest of Victoria.
We originally formed the men's group because we felt there was a lack of social and cultural support for men who were attending our counselling service. So for social emotional wellbeing issues, for mental health issues, so guys who have struggled with long-term mental health issues. So sort of from that spectrum of guys who are in recovery to other men who are doing really well, who are feeling resilient and actually are really on top of things and feeling empowered, but they will still come and use the group as they need to just check in.
And it's good for me because it's a release, get it off your chest. Might be something, anything like lateral violence. Someone might have said something and you don't know where it's come from, but you just want to express that's pissed you off. You can't do that anywhere else, but I mean, it gives the space, give you the space here to do it.
A group like this can address a whole lot of issues, from domestic violence, suicide, alcohol and drug issues, family support and all those issues.
Initially, I was a little bit reserved, being in a group environment, but fortunately, Graham is a very just a charismatic person. I felt very comfortable around him naturally, and yeah, I just naturally kind of just opened up. And there are professionals as well that were here that yeah, I've seen outside of here and it just sort of, it was just a comfortable environment. Yeah, and the other people in the community that I know as well, they've come here and they said, yeah, it's really, it's also kind of a word of mouth sort of thing as well. That's yeah, it just worked.
We call it a container, it's what you say in the circle stays in the circle. You can't take your story out of here. You can take your own story out, but you can't take anyone else's story out.
For a while I've struggled with being, white, Caucasian, Koori. It's something that my parents and my family have always been proud Kooris, but just when you go out in the community, people, oh, you're white, what are you talking about? And people just don't understand and stuff, and it's something that I've really tried to get back in touch with my roots and get back into the community and stuff and grow, and that's where places like this really help, because you build those networks and you get back into the community and you feel like a sense of connection to the land and to the people, and yeah, and that's really, it means a lot to me.
We all can get isolated sometimes and stressed out or busy with work, with family and community obligations, so the group's been a little bit of an anchor for men to come and use it as they've needed to. Just talk about what's going on in your life, and yeah, and get advice from other people, what they've done and how they've conquered their demons, and what services are available in the local area that I wouldn't have known about unless I came here. And yeah, I've found some amazing services that I wouldn't even know about if it hadn't been for a few people here.
It opens your eyes up. You don't realise how your life has been going, because you're sort of only living in the moment. When you sit back and reflect on what's been happening, it's just bringing you the awareness around about what's been happening with you.
I've been recently diagnosed with mental illness, and it does mean that sometimes I feel like I am being judged and I'm being not really accepted. And coming into an accepting, inviting environment that just there's no prejudices, there's no judgment, I feel like I'm in a safe place to have conversations about things I wouldn't necessarily have conversations about with just anybody, where I can build rapport with people on a weekly or fortnightly basis, and just open up and just and grow, I guess. And, yeah, I always feel more comfortable when I leave than when I come in. It's one of those things. You feel like you've got a big weight off your shoulders and do a lot. Yeah.